All right, so for problem number 2, we have a min cost flow problem in which we have a bunch of money stored into yen, rupees, and ringgits. Yen crashes, so the business problem is we need to get the money from the yen, rupees, and ringgits out of the Asian markets where it's crashing down and into U.S. bonds. So we have 3 different things. We have the exchange rates currently, which for right now, the simplicity of the problem, we can make everything into US dollars. We have the transaction cost in percent. So let's just say we wanted to bring the yen directly into dollars. We have 0.4%. That's the cost. That's how much we lose making that transaction. We also have late limits, where it is from yen to US dollars is 2 million. But for the way I drew it, everything's in thousands of dollars. So it'd be $2,000. And so it'd really just be 2,000 times 1,000 or 1 million for the total amount of money flowing through there. It's just for simplicity. And the supply nodes are the yen, ringgits, and rupees. The demand nodes, the US dollars. Transshipment nodes are the Canadian dollars, the euro, the pound, and the peso. So if Jake was to move all the money following this least cost flow diagram, he'd lose roughly about $84,000. And there's different steps you should take. You should move some of the money directly through the U.S. You should move some to that. It's just basically based off the exchange rates. I have it written down. Take a while to go through every little thing. And I guess just real quick, if we go over the code, these are the arcs. This is the cost of all the arcs, and these are all different nodes. So this one right here is the yen, rupees, ringgits, Canadian, euro, pounds, peso, US dollars. And this is the total, because we're taking transaction later, because we're minimizing this cost and then taking away from it at the end. So we have roughly about $16 million, almost $17 million actually, we need to get out of these Asian currencies. Oh, I see. So this is actually 2D. This is, we'll get to that later, but this is the actual ones. So there's that. For 2C, we're assuming no transaction limits because the World Trade Organization said that you can't do that for some reason. And so now that we have that, we can kind of figure out, all right, we should move all the yens to pounds, all the rupees and the Canadian dollars, and all the ringgits to euros. And we should, then after that, just directly move it to the United States. So there's that. And another interesting thing to note, there's no moving yens to rupees or ringgits, or no moving Canadian dollars to euros or pesos to pounds, which I just thought was kind of interesting. There's none of that. It's just cheaper just to bring it, just go directly. Just ignore the middleman. And for 2D, this is now that the rupee has a 300% tax, so essentially it's like multiplying everything by 6. So our cost function now changes. I guess before I forgot to show you, but here's the weights of the arcs of moving out of the Asian currencies. So let's just say we want to go from yen to pounds. We can only do so much of that. So it's just that. And 2C, it's gone. And 2D, it's also gone. But instead we have, if we wanted to go from yen to rupees, it's now 3% instead of the 0.5% it was earlier. Or maybe rupees to Canadians is 1.8 instead of the 0.3%. So it's that. And essentially what this does is that This makes the cost higher than the original because of the high transaction cost, but the optimal solution stays the same as 2C because we could just move everything with the path to least resistance. And the reason why it kind of stays like that is because they didn't raise Canadians to where, all right, we kind of have to figure out something new to do with the Rupas. They raised it all, so Canadian's still the cheapest way to go. And for 2E, there's certain market features that Jake can examine that would give him a better perspective, like how the European currencies are really going up, or he does have to be careful because the yen currently is going down, so it can go down even more. The rupees could go down before it even starts, so he's got to do that. There could be different transaction costs, like maybe the yen, they have a higher cost to go out because of the new because of the kind of currency crisis they have going on. So there's certain factors like that which could affect the overall cost that could impede Jake from just saying his analysis is complete. So